Excellent torso there. Beautiful torso. Do you ever have like such weird dreams that you wake up and you're exhausted because you're being like absolutely everywhere when you dream? That happened to me last night. I was like so drained. Okay. Spirit guides, universe, and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Sagittarius' highest good. How is Sagittarius feeling in this third week of May 2025 with regards to the one they're thinking about, dealing with, or manifesting in? 3 cards for Sagittarius, please. The 6 of Swords. Okay, so that is a card of moving on. You know, they get in their boat, and swords are thoughts and feelings. Okay, so they're leaving all that mental kind of like anguish behind. They're just setting sail and going towards wish fulfillment. So that's positive. Ooh, okay. Queen of Swords reversed with the 7 of Wands reversed. So it's like when you admit defeat, okay? You don't feel like competitive. You don't feel like you've got the advantage. The Queen of Swords is someone who's intellectual, intelligent. You know, their mind is like a chessboard. They're strategic. And the 7 of Wands is someone highly ambitious, competitive, motivated. They feel like, you know, they can take on the world, and they do. So the energy, the enthusiasm, the knowledge, the kind of sense of winning is done with. It's like, I just want to cut the cord now. I just want to cut the cord because this is already lost. I don't have the ability to keep playing this game, to, you know, I don't have any more moves. Like, it's done. This is a divorce card, guys. And you've got this moving on at the top here, so I'm going to go with that narrative. Okay, we have got the Seven of Cups reversed and the Hierophant. So the Seven of Cups, when it's upright, is being at a crossroads. Okay, the Hierophant is using the lessons that you've learnt so far and taking that wisdom and, you know, using your better judgment to make moves from now on. This is when those kind of like thoughts and kind of daydreaming about which direction we're going to go next, there's all different things in these cups, that crosses over into fantasy and delusion. So was the Hierophant upright? It was, wasn't it? We're not deluding ourselves anymore. We're learning our lessons, okay? We're making wise choices, wise moves. Because the Hierophant is the teacher. This is the major arcana for Taurus. So it's this earth energy, getting grounded, being honest about how a situation truly is. And, you know, we're learning from our past mistakes, okay? We are wiser now through these experiences. Very, very clear narrative there. I'm just putting my bracelets on. I've forgotten to put them on. Right, let's get some cards for your person. The one that you are dealing with or we're dealing with. The one that's on your mind. Right, if they've been, for want of a better phrase, they could be having eyes for other people, sleeping with other people. They've got the World card, so they're realising that better days are coming. You know, they've had some bad times, some good times. It's been a tough cycle, better days are coming, and they've got sex on the brain for some reason. Knight of Wands is, you know, passion, sex. It's very sexual energy, which is bizarre. But maybe that's something that's particularly important to them, or maybe they're just distracting themselves with that, burying their head in the sand, you know, away from stuff that's heavily emotional, just going for physical. Doesn't mean that someone's healed or over it. It's quite the opposite usually. In fact, a lot of people spiral, don't they? They spiral out of control. It's like sex, drugs, anger, all that shit. Oh my god, 3 of Cups reversed. This is community. Okay, the 2 of Cups is 2 people that feel, they each feel the same for one another, they each offer the other person a cup. But the 3 of Cups is too many. Okay, when you add another person into the equation, that's a crowd. 3 is a crowd. Okay, so this person could have been playing away. They could have, you know, acted outside of the marriage. They could have behaved like they were single. Maybe that's ended. Maybe they're not involved with that person anymore. Because the 3 of Cups is reversed. So I don't know if that's been exposed or it's stopped. Maybe that it was something that was happening a while ago. The Lovers upright. This person's in love with someone else. That's the major for Gemini. They could have Gemini in their chart. They're in love. Let's get 3 for the outcome. The last quarter moon, Knight of Swords, the midday sun reversed. It does seem like they introduced a third party to this dynamic and it came to an end. They reached the end of a cycle with that person and it made them really, really unhappy. Because the midday sun card is when the sun is at its highest point in the sky. It's like the middle of a beautiful phase of happiness, carefree, abundance, you know, feeling that warmth on you. It's like the highest time of summer, like that feeling of just like joy, abundance that was lost. And they want to deliver an urgent message with regards to that. Or that could be you saying, look what you've done. You've brought, you know, this glorious time in our lives to an end. It's either you or them wanting to deliver a message in the outcome. But with you showing up as the Queen of Swords reversed, with the Seven of Wands reversed, you know, you know that you've looked away from something, the signs were there, and you ignored it, and this person pulled a fast one on you. And they're actually at the point where they're in love with someone else. Even if they're not doing anything with that person anymore. With that World card being upright and the Knight of Wands, I think they're looking to resume it because it goes 3 cups reversed, but then the Lover's upright. Like, there's still feelings there between these two people, even if they're not physically, like, in contact. The Two of Wands, they're deciding what to do, which direction to go on a new adventure. Do I go back to my person? Do I go back to this lover that I found? Like, it's also you, isn't it? It's like, well, I've got one way that I could go, which is let this person have another go around the sun with me, or I find like myself a new life, a new chapter. And then we've got the Two of Pentacles in the outcome as well. Right, I didn't mean to pull these out, but we've got the Three of Swords, the Eight of Swords. They kind of flew out. The Tower, shit. And the Hermit. It does seem like there's going to be the fall of something that was existing, i.e. this marriage or seriously long-term relationship. And we're going to get heartbreak. We're going to find balance, and it's going to like cause us to go into a period of isolation. You know, like we'll spend time with friends and family, but not with... We're not going to let anyone in for a while because we need to do shadow work. It's pretty clear, the narrative, to be honest. It's just like, you know, the tower's going to fall, like the marriage is going to go. It's going to collapse. You know, on your side, you are literally like leaving the past behind. You know, severing contact. You know it's a done deal. You know it's pointless, like flogging a dead horse. You don't want to look away from it anymore, or you know, carry on the fantasy or the delusion that everything's fine. You want to go with your better judgment now and just call it, because they've been developing feelings for someone else, someone outside of this connection. Let's do some digging. Where have they got the Knight of Wands? Mirror. Reflects your own, reflects your own issues, like attract like. Demanding. Unrealistic expectations. High maintenance diva. They basically ran to something that wasn't demanding of them. Like it wasn't... Like it's easy, isn't it? It's go and have sex with someone. It's easy. It's exciting. You don't owe them anything. You're not expected to... You know, there's no responsibility. There's no chores, there's no jobs. It's just exciting, it's exhilarating. So they're basically like running away. It's like excitement, exhilaration. It's not because they're replacing you. However, that excitement and exhilaration, it's become something that they want to re-explore because they think they've got feelings, maybe being apart from this person has sort of made them think in that direction. Maybe that wasn't the intention, it was just meant to be escape. Because a Knight of Wands isn't looking for serious, they're just looking for right now. Like the next hour. You know, they're not looking for marriage, they're not looking to be in love even, they're just looking for a shag. So they've somehow found a loving connection that's mutual. Lay to rest, let go of lingering disputes and make peace together. Yeah, they want to go back together with the person that they were seeing because they feel sad, you know, like they've lost something that was making them feel good. I don't see you getting back with them because, yeah, it's like a done deal, isn't it? It's like, well, you fucked around, so I don't want any part of that, that's just normal. Like, why would you want to, like, continue being, you know, trusting with someone? Trusting everything about your life with them, your property, your savings, you know, your family, you're trusting everything, putting all your trust in them, and then they're like running around doing all sorts behind your back. It just doesn't go together, does it? It's like, what on earth are you doing? That's not a dynamic that anyone's going to go back to, because as soon as they find out, they're going to be like, yeah, it's done. I can't think about you being with that person. Such betrayal. Fighting for what you love, claiming what's yours, love, is a battlefield. They're the Knight of Wands. They want to go and, you know, and fight for the person that made them feel good for a while. Getting played, manipulation, lies, control. They kind of get off on, you know, this game of like winning people back over, losing them, getting them back again, losing them, getting them back again. It all heightens the excitement, the drama, the passion. It's a huge distraction, isn't it? Maybe the person that they're attracted to is loving the drama and the heightened passion as well. Maybe they were in something boring, you know. that's not meant to be any offence to you. It's just that when people are in safe connections, sometimes they long for anything other than safety. You know what I mean? Predictability, something unpredictable. They might even be predisposed to that if they're grown up with unpredictability and it becomes too safe. They might actively sabotage stuff. That's what I mean. I'm not dissing like you at all, Sagittarius. It's their own issues, isn't it? Look, seduction. They've been seduced by someone, like attraction, flirting, dating, hooking up, temptation, third party interference. That's confirmation of what we thought. What's the nature of this connection, please? Redirect your thoughts. Focus on what you want to attract in this relationship, not what you feel will happen. So, maybe it was a thought of yours that you thought this person might cheat one day, or, you know, maybe that wasn't always the case, and then more recently you thought that, and I don't know, I think that's like... To be honest, it's more, I think what that's more saying, because it's not your responsibility or your fault when someone else cheats. I think it's saying, like, don't look at it as you're not in control, you're at a loss, you lose. Look at it as like, this is just what's happening in my external realities. It's just part of the story that I wasn't expecting to happen. It's a page I wasn't expecting to read, and I'm just gonna have to take it as like, you know, wow, this is a major curveball, but at some point it's all gonna feel like, one day I'll have a new routine, one day it's not gonna be this horrible shock anymore, it's just gonna be me empowered in my new existence. Like, I will create a new routine, I will find someone who's crazy about me now, not they used to be crazy about me. I will find someone that makes me feel, you know, stunning, and say that is positive. You got to reframe it, I think. It's talking about redirecting your thoughts, not... It's not about, if you think low vibrational, you'll attract low vibrational, because you didn't cause this person to cheat. It's not your responsibility, it's theirs. They need to take accountability for that. But they don't get to keep you, okay? So, like, what you get now, even though you lose a marriage, you lose one that's dysfunctional. You gain, you know, the freedom to date and be excited and have someone hang off your every word and look at you like you're the best thing ever. That's what you gain. So I think they're just saying reframe it, okay? They have to live with what they've done. It may go nowhere. If it goes somewhere, it's none of your business. You don't want to know, because you have to concentrate on what's best for you, okay? That's your job. When will Sagittarius meet someone new? Right, stay positive. Release all expectations, don't force anything. Have faith. So, you haven't really got to do anything. This is written. You are going to meet someone. You're not going to have to do anything. There's no way that you could miss what's meant for you. It's just going to happen. You need to have faith, okay? This, for some reason, is part of your lessons. It's part of your story. It's part of your journey of being the Hierophant, okay? We don't get to, like, pick the hand that life deals us. It's just we turn the cards over and this is what we've got, okay? Let's get messages from them. Stabbed in the back. Heartbreak, pain, separation, deception, shocking attack. I've just realised that's not messages, that's... I think we should slow down. They're pulling away from you. They could have pulled away from the other person as well, the third party, when they got confused or felt guilty or both. You hurt me, but that's okay, I guess. Ew. This person's got like a victim mindset, like they think like, no, nothing's their fault. Ace of Wands. They're all like excited and passionate about a rebirth. I'll lie awake thinking about our future. If I asked you to stay, would you leave? I mean, who knows if that's for you or for the one that they're, you know, the other one that they're thinking about. But that's just the point, isn't it? Like, we don't roll like that. We don't play like that. Absolutely not. Do one. Jog on, mate. Let's get you some advice and I'll get you some angel numbers. Listen quietly. Okay, listen to your heart, listen to your intuition, what you're being called to do. You're being called to have faith, okay, and stay positive. Seek inspiration in unusual places. You might want to take a little break from work and go travelling, you know? Change it up and get out of the routine, get some physical distance away from this shit. Because when you go travelling or when you go on holiday, you always get to zoom out, don't you? When you're stuck in that day-to-day routine, you can't see beyond the end of your nose. But when you like go on holiday, you start like looking at everything in a more zoomed out way, and you start thinking, well, do I want to live in this country anymore? Is there another job that I'd like to do? Am I really on the path that I want to be on? Like, it just allows you to step out of that like rat run, that like hamster wheel, and look at things from further away and get clear about the big picture that you've, you know, just because you've like made these plans and you've set these things in motion doesn't mean you can't just change direction. Like, take the wheel and reroute the GPS, you know. Start a side hustle, like cross things off the bucket list, you know. Be open to a different kind of partner, like there's so much out there for you and you don't have to stay set on one path. You absolutely don't have to do that. Sometimes it's a really good thing to give yourself the opportunity to have a little break from life and just, you know, look at things from a different angle, consider different options. Let's get some more advice. You're the architect of your future. You're not the architect of your past anymore, but you can be the architect of your future. Magic. There is magic and miracles all around me. Where others see coincidence, I see evidence of life's synchronicities. I love filling life with wonder and magic. It's way more fun that way. Projecting. Rather than reacting, I'm projecting my emotions onto others. I remember no one is to blame. No one is responsible for the emotions that I feel. When someone says or does something that brings up strong emotions within me, I have the choice in how I respond. Okay, so you don't need to rise to the bait if anyone says, ooh, what's he been doing? You need to go and confront him or her. You don't need to take it out on the kids, you know, like they haven't done this to you, your partner has. Friends that try to say, well, you know, someone did this to me, but I took them back. You don't have to take other people's advice. You can just keep your gob shut. Think, no, not a chance in hell. And, they can do what they want to do. But you just have to try to temper yourself, Your major arcana is the temperance, so managing your emotions, you're pretty good at. But it could be really difficult at this time. So, what this person's done to you, like seduced other people, being seduced by other people, stabbed you in the back, we're just gonna have to keep that in its category and you give yourself the proper time to heal. Don't keep it all pushed down and then end up taking it out on others and work or wherever. Because I do that. I work with children for a living. And teenagers take stuff out on me and I take stuff out on them very occasionally. I've got a very, very long fuse. But if I'm run down or, I feel like someone's particularly being offensive, I can just completely my blood be boiling, and I just haven't got that long fuse that we normally have. So, we all have to take a step back and go, do you know what? I'm actually taking stuff out on people at the moment. Let's get one more advice, then I'll get you some angel numbers. Peaceful heart. Oh, that's a beautiful boat. And look, you've got very similar stuff coming out, haven't you? I think you're supposed to be on a bit of an eat, pray, love year, I think you're supposed to travel. I think you're supposed to get to know yourself outside of this connection once again. Find the you that you used to be before you were with this person, because, it becomes your whole identity. But you were a person before all of this. You were a person before all of this. Go travelling, reconnect with yourself, get to know, bits of yourself that you never had a chance to explore because you were too busy being a mum or a dad. You're too busy being the reliable one, the responsible one. Put yourself first. That's, for me, that's the message here. Redirect your thoughts to them and place them around you and be the architect of your next 6 months to a year. Fuck them. Fuck it. That's what I'd do. I should be do one. Don't need this shit. Right, let's get you some angel numbers. Messages from your angels. Right, you've got loads here, but I reckon you deserve it. Compassion, mercy, diplomacy, potential, service, recovery, adaptability, and renewal. 2020. It's a confirmation that your assumptions and beliefs are correct. But it's also an encouragement to use your talents and gifts because they will benefit the world and your pockets. Be of service to others. Your potential is enormous. So you're supposed to do something, whether it's create a platform or move into another field where you may already work in a field where you assist people, heal people, help people, encourage people, mentor people, teach people, train people. There's some other career path within the field of care or teaching or helping others that you really are missing a trick to not explore, okay, and monetize. 555, encouragement, support, obstacle, battle, calling, restructuring, creative work. 5s are the number of change, okay? You are going to level up. It might not feel good initially, but it will prepare you to handle the greater things in life for your highest good. That is the why you've been looking for. Push through it. There's a reward waiting at the finish line. Love it. So it's going to be tough to start with. You're like, why the fuck am I being given these challenges? I don't like it. I don't want it. And then you'll have to do it because you just have to. You've got no choice. And then you'll end up better off. Okay. 2002, the void. Longing, technology, ambition, genius, forward thinking, stress and depression. You have more control over your life than you realise. Learn and execute what interests you. Turn things around, it gets better with time. That's very much like redirect your thoughts, isn't it? Focus on what you want to attract, not what you fear will happen. So what do you want to attract into your life and make it so? There are plenty of friends to make, so chill out, have fun and open up, go outside. So you need to get away from this, like, overly focused kind of smaller world and blow it open and just mix it up, yeah? Cross things off of the bucket list, get things booked in for the next 6 months to a year. Think about next year, start to think about the future and what's missing in your life, what are the things you've always wanted to do and you just haven't got any closer to it. What other elements of, your working life, your career, could be explored to just have full-on change. Orchestrate the change in life, be the architect of your future. You don't have to just wait for shit to happen to you. You might feel like stuff just happening to you that you don't want, major change, tower moments that you just don't want. But you need to reframe it and see it as an opportunity to just start fucking living. We don't exist for one other person on the planet, especially when they start like not deserving it at all. Drama alert, independence, independence, soul mission, alone time, learning, healing, aspirations. Take a few deep breaths and focus inward. You need time to think things over and consider your options. At this time, you must rely solely on yourself. You might not believe it, but you're heading in the right direction. What appears to be a lull in activity is just a natural part of the process, okay? So it could be a little dull for a while you're in your planning phase. 1111, oh my god, 1111, wish come true. Moderation, patience, flowing, self-realization, manifestation, gateway and taking action. You're in for a lucky break. It may come as happy news, experience new opportunities or an exciting acquaintance. You will find yourself in the right place at the right time. It is not a coincidence, but a gift from fate. I love that. I love that we finished on that one. What do you want out of your future relationship? Because you are on this voyage solo now. But this is where you get to make some magic, okay? It's the planning phase. It'll feel dull for a few months and then you'll start to experience all, the bounty that you could ever imagine. In a year, you'll just be so fucking free of all this bullshit and bollocks. Right, I need to put a light on. If this resonates, please give it a like. If you think a Sagittarius that is going through this at the moment, please share the channel with them. If it doesn't resonate, check out your other placements, or just accept that there's other people that are going through this and the divine wants to help them in particular right now. So, you know, sometimes it's not always going to resonate, just you can't get every single one, you know. Right, we are going to be moving on to Capricorn. Hi, Swagatika. Hi. I hope I pronounced your name right. You're the first person to talk to me this evening. Been on here for a couple of hours now. I don't think anyone's used to me coming on. No, I usually do my lives at the weekend. But I didn't have Wi-Fi, to be fair to me, and I was really unwell as well. Ugh. Okay, Capricorn.